Hello and welcome to episode 54 of VocTer Gaming. I am your host, the vocal terrorist, Jesse Rain, and we are here with another game from the IEM. This is actually game 3 of this series, but it is the most fun one. So, spawning in the northeast, we have our red Protoss. He is TSL's JYP. And spawning in the southwest, the Blue Terran, one of my personal favourite players to watch right now, he is EGPuMa. Again, same announcements as before, as we've had all week. European Gaming League, I'm really pushing this. You guys need to get to this, it is going to be awesome. It's EGL4, it's at the Emirates Stadium in London on the 29th and 30th of October. Tons and tons of games there. But a StarCraft 2 LAN being run by Baker, it's going to be top notch, it's just going to be great. Also, you should be having a Google about for the CSL EU. If you are in university in the UK, Google for the CSL EU, it's fantastic. It's the Collegiate Star League, it's an American concept that's come over here now. And essentially, it's getting teams of StarCraft players at university. 75% of them must attend that university, and then setting up tournaments between the whole lot. It's really fun. It's a great way to expand the UK scene of StarCraft and get new people into it. Third thing to announce, Nutcase, good friend of mine, Gold League Zerg, twitch.tv/8_bit. Go check him out, he's a dead nice guy, he's going to love the attention. I'm pretty sure he occasionally even watches these videos. So good on you, Nutcase. And now finally, tomorrow and Sunday is the last chances you have to see me as a ring announcer in wrestling. That is tomorrow at the XWA Last Fight at the Prom in Morecambe at the Carlton. Sponsored by Mar Murphy's Irish Pub, I believe. I need to check that up. And Sunday, Future Shock 54 in Stockport. I've been with Future Shock for like 8 years now. And that is going to be my final show with them. So if you are a fan, as I know some of you are, please get down there. Do not miss it. It's going to be a ton of fun. It's the start of the annual trophy tournament. It's always been a success every year. So please get down there. But right now, it's time to talk a little bit about these players. Now, you all know Puma, as we see him, he's going to be going for the One Rax Expand here. You've seen Puma on here before. He's a fantastic player. Struggles a bit versus Zerg, as we actually see in the IEM, for those of you who kept up and watched it, when he lost to Idra 3-0 in the semi-finals. His verse Zerg is what is stopping him right now from being one of the best players in the world. He could go really far. But his Terran vs Protoss is absolutely incredible, as we see him adding 2 barracks here. We saw a previous IEM, he faced OGSMC in the finals. Also at NASL Season 1, I believe it was also him versus OGSMC in the finals, which were incredible games. He's such a good versus Protoss player. And now, as we see, he is versus Protoss. TSL, that's the SCV Life, a Korean pro gaming team. JYP lately has been having a lot of success. He's been doing really well. He's very exciting. One of the few Protoss out there who is still having success, alongside guys like Killer and the newly upcoming NS Hoso Sage. So there's a lot going on for JYP. There's a lot to recommend him. So that's why I think this game's going to be really fun for us to watch today. Notice he is putting pylons here and here, which I like. They allow him to warp stuff in, obviously closer to the base of Puma, and they also allow him to watch to see if he's taking a sneaky expansion over in this section here. So it looks like Puma is going to go pretty heavy Marauder, getting 2 bunkers here to stop JYP from poking in and seeing the second orbital command. Right now just using it for SCVs and mules rather than floating it to the outside base, as he has, as of now, not really got the army to defend it. He is going to build a third bunker here rather, which I like. salvaging rather those bunkers as the observer comes in anyway. Really nice timing on that. Now we're getting concussive shell and stim, so it's going to be really heavy marauder force. I expect him to tech up quite soon to medevacs. Obviously Marine Marauder Medevac is one of the oldest styles of Bioterran play and is still really effective against Protoss. JYP is expanding now, is going to keep up with the economy of Puma. Just lagging slightly behind, drops another warp gate. See, the Robo is now using Immortals. Immortals something you could legitimately go versus Terran now, in a way that you couldn't before. Back when, before patch 1.4, when Immortal range was shorter, they just used to get stuck behind your army, do absolutely nothing, and then die hideously. So he's going to push slowly now. This observer sees the 2 bunkers here. If we just have a quick look. Yep, he knows all about this. He knows we have the 3 racks there. So I like that. He's keeping an eye on. This unit, this observer, is so important for Protoss. But now we see a small poke there. Guardian shield going down. Forces a cancel on that barrack, on that bunker rather. Sorry. Now 2 Immortals, 5 sentries, 2 Stalkers and a Zealot. Warping in a pylon there. It's going to allow him to warp in units very, very close to Puma's base. But Stim is about to finish. And that is going to change this. That is going to make this a lot easier for Puma to defend. And notice with the SCVs they're able to auto repair that bunker. Should be able to hold this nicely. Now something I don't know many of you know, you can stim units inside the bunker. It's a very handy little tip for the Terrans of you out there. Even units inside the bunker, if you notice, look, has the stim pack. Now it looks like this is nothing more than just a poke to keep Puma in his base. There's absolutely no way he can do any real damage. That was nice. Force fielding there to stop the SCVs from auto-repairing. Cutting the army off and doing some nice damage. Taking down a lot of units. More than I expected him to. That's really nice in JYP, but needs to be careful not to lose these sentries now. Again, nice force fields. Just separating some of the army and then picking it off and then just walking backwards. That's really, really nice. And now a starport is going down somewhere. Must be over here. Yep, starport is going down now. That is going to be medevacs. And another engagement now. Oh, this is bad for JYP. Loses the Immortals, loses nearly all the sentries. In fact, will lose all the sentries. Such expensive and time-consuming units. Oh, JYP loses nearly everything there. That was not a good engagement, rather. That was a bad engagement for him. And now Puma looks like going to take this gold base, because he knows that is a huge force to take out from a Protoss at this stage of the game, and so that he will not be coming after him for a while. Now if we pop back in here, we see the first Colossus is nearly out, along with another gateway and a forge as well. So going to be getting upgrades, potentially. I would suggest still going for +1 armor first, especially against concussive shell marines. +1 attack is all well and good, but since it's going to take a while for you to get actually into the Marauders, it makes more sense to take the +1 armor first, so that more units are reaching them to do damage, rather than fewer units doing more damage per unit. Now as we see, Puma is getting +1 infantry weapons and getting ghosts. Ghosts are the bane of Protoss right now, with EMP and snipe to do so much damage. Nice scan there, gets the observer. And Thermal Lance is coming for the Protoss JYP. Command Center going down at the gold. And now I quickly want to talk about observers and why they are so important. As Puma floats this factory up here, it's completely unneeded, so may as well use it for scouting. It is so important that the Protoss knows what's going on inside the Terran base, inside any opponent's base. So getting that first observer out is something I think every Protoss should be doing right now. You know, it's fine you want to get your Colossus up, but Colossus aren't so necessary in the early game. And you definitely have enough time to get that first observer out before losing any significant kind of economic time. Command Center halfway finished, and it looks like JYP is about to take his own as well. A couple of Marines here, just taking out pylons, may as well. could potentially temporarily supply block JYP. I like how, again, JYP has these warp pylons everywhere across the map. But now, oh, catching a Colossus! Takes it down to half shields before he gets shut down. That could have been really bad. You really need to be careful not to lose those. And now drops coming in for Puma. As we see, he's going to drop right up here. Now he does have pylons here that are going to see them. But what would be devastating is, in fact, if he just came up here, dropped and took out this this robotics facility before he had any chance to respond. Oh, nice pylon placement now. Nice pylon placement. That is absolutely excellent. What that is going to do is allow him to spot this drop as early as possible. And now he sees it. Just as the upgrade's complete. Dropping into pylons. Going for the robotics facility like I predicted. If you can shut this down with a Colossus building. Oh, but he's not going to focus it down, is he? Stims, does he get it? He gets it. That robotics facility goes down. And he lifts up and leaves the base. Just a few units left. But that was a wonderful timing there. And now the Mobius reactor going down. Taking down these rocks, which is going to allow him to expand to this base here. Really nice expansion style there for Puma. We have infantry armor level 1 going down. We have a ton of racks now in the base. So there is an absolute ton of stuff. There we go. Starting energy goes by 25. Is about to finish. But JYP is pushing in. Unfortunately, the Zealots are behind the Stalkers and Colossi. That is not where you want them at all. You want them in front, tanking the damage. And this is a lot of Vikings. Nice micro there by JYP, though. Pulling the Colossus back before they can be seriously damaged. And bringing the Stalkers forward to make the Vikings pull back themselves. Now, ground weapons level 1 is on the way for JYP along with Blink. And he is finally expanding to this gold base. But Puma has had that economy up for a long time. Using the factory again to gain the vision advantage. As we see the Terran Stim just a few units forward. Forces a cancel on the Nexus. Really nicely done. And again supply blocks JYP. So he's going to have to spend even more money on pylons. This can be the problem with sticking pylons all around the map. You can start to lose them, which forces you to spend time and money rebuilding them. But a Dark Shrine going down now. Very interesting. Dark Shrine going down. So we're going to see DTs. Whether or not that's just to morph them into Archons, they are slightly cheaper than High Templar if you want to go straight into Archon. And Archons are really good against Marine Marauder. Unfortunately, you do need quite a few of them. So we will wait and see whether or not JYP can get them up in time, because Puma has pretty much the composition he needs. He has Vikings for the Colossi, Ghosts for everything else, and Marine Marauder is the damaging backbone of this army. Interestingly, JYP has over 1,000 minerals now, and he just can't use them because he's having to warp in these pylons. Using them for upgrades right now. Ground armor level 2 is on the way, along with charge for the Zealots. That's going to help the Zealots somewhat against the concussive shell Marines. But it looks like a cancel may be forced here. Vikings coming in now. Being taken out by those Blink Stalkers though. But if you sit them with this army, I don't think there's much JYP can do. Oh, wonderful EMP! Taking down all the shields there. And, oh, that Nexus goes down. Does not get cancelled. That is a huge waste of money there. And again, Puma now at 200 out of 200 food. JYP at 151 out of 148. As I completely lose vision of the screen. As my computer just flips out and goes crazy. Okay, VocTer Gaming is back. Sorry about that. Restarting game in 3, 2, 1. And now, Puma is pushing through here, taking down the Colossus. Really bad engagement for JYP. He needs to do something right now. One DT here is not going to be enough. As Puma pushes forward, losing his Ghost, trying to EMP again. But the Colossi do go down. All the Colossi are down now. Barely anything left for JYP. It's 172 to 110. Puma, it looks like he's going to steamroll straight through JYP and take this game. Only just a few stalkers left for JYP now. And JYP GG's. It is game over. My computer crashed literally 30 seconds from the end of this goddamn game. But Puma takes that game. Really, really nice play from Puma. I liked what JYP was trying to do, but he just never ever was able to keep up with Puma's expansions, with Puma's essentially his build, his unit composition. So good, so sexy. So that is it for this week. I will be back next week, of course, next Tuesday, to talk more about EGL and how amazing that's going to be and make you all go down. But now I have to go to the hospital, I imagine, because my brother set himself on fire last night. So if you could all leave comments about what an absolute idiot the bloke is, that would be wonderful. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you all next